just a few minutes. We are in the middle of our study of the Sermon on the Mount. We're about halfway through what we'll be able to cover this summer, and we'll continue through over the next few weeks. If you're a guest with us here today, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate that very, very much, and hope that you find your time here to be a blessing to you, and hopefully you'll be able to make some new friends while you're here. If you are here today and at one point have served in military service or are currently enlisted in any kind of active service, would you please stand for us if you have any military background? I was with a guy this weekend in Wisconsin who's also in the service, and on July 4th we were having an event, and they had them stand up, and I noticed that the servicemen and women, they stood and the people clapped for about 6 seconds and they sat back down, and I asked him later, his name was Noah, I said, you know, why won't you let people, you know, kind of celebrate who you are and what you're about? And he said, it's our job. He said, it's just my job. And I thought they were very noble people, and we appreciate all of you men and women for your service. Thank you. We wouldn't be having today, you know, in the celebration of the weekend with July 4th if it wasn't for guys like you. My understanding is that Marion and Bert are taking off this week. Is that right? Yeah. You're not sure? They're your parents. You're not sure? That's my understanding. So they're going back. We got one yes, one no. Hey, looking for a yes, looking for a yes, looking for a Tuesday. Got a Tuesday, looking for a Wednesday. Okay. Some of you just caught that. That's good. So sometime this week, the plan is to Van Moose to Ohio, right? So call them up, send them an email, whatever. Tell them you appreciate them because they're taking off for the summer. Joel, thank you so much for tag team last week and for filling in. And I want you to know that I received no threatening emails, so that's a good sign. Hey, tomorrow is the Rainforest Adventure. And it's every night, every evening, and Friday night we got a big deal coming here with the Gatorland people. So if you haven't signed up yet, please do that. And setup begins as soon as we're done here this morning. And if you're volunteered to help, be sure to hang around. Next Sunday afternoon there is a baby shower. It's a shower of gifts. It's at 2 o'clock. That's my understanding until, I assume, till all the gifts are open and the food is gone. So, a week from Wednesday, Grill and Chill is back, or what else do we call it? Cookout and Hangout. It's on Wednesday, a week from Wednesday. And if you could be here, we'd love to have you. We had about 80 people the first time. It was really a lot of fun. And there was plenty of food. So, I hope that you'll plan to be part of that. Let's read our scripture today. Matthew 5, 21 and 22. Only 2 verses today. Jesus said, you've heard that it was said to the people a long time ago, do not murder, and anyone who murders will be subject to judgment. But I tell you that anyone who is angry with his brother will be subject to judgment. And again, anyone who says to his brother, Raka, is answerable to the Sanhedrin. But anyone who says, you fool, will be in the danger of the fire of hell. So here we go again. Jesus is talking about everyday life. He's talking about things that are real, things that could really happen. He's not talking about some kind of nebulous, mystical fog out there. He's talking about everyday circumstances. And if you'll notice, throughout the Sermon on the Mount, he keeps saying this line, you've heard it said, but I'm going to tell you differently. Over and over and over. And this is kind of like where you sit down with your children and say, I know Grandma said, but then you tell them what you want them to think or believe. Unfortunately, Grandmas are the ones usually doing that behind the parents' back. But that's okay. Now keep in mind that Jesus at this point is going against all conventional wisdom. He's going against the teachings of the day, the legal, the law, as well as the experiences of the religious people of his town. And so when Jesus is standing up in front of these people, I mean, he's really putting his life at risk, actually. And not only is he challenging them, but he challenges you and I not to live by the law, but to live up to the law of love. And we talked about this 2 weeks ago, that the law said do this, and Jesus said, yeah, but you could do that. And give you one example. The law said carry the guy's burden for 1 mile. I'm telling you to carry it 2. The law said love your neighbor, and I'm telling you to love your enemies. Okay, so Jesus is constantly telling us to live up to a different law. Now, I'd like to be very honest with you. Nothing has put me in hot water more than my mouth. Oh, like I'm the only one. When I was a kid, I had my driver's license, and I wanted to get a car, and my parents wouldn't let me get a real car, and so I had to buy a car at an auction. And I spent $1,069 for a Pinto station wagon. Hey, wood paneling on the side, baby. It was a chick magnet. No doubt about it.